Welcome back. There's no official confirmation today of reports that the government-owned State Bank of India will give a 1,600 crore package to save Kingfisher. In fact, there are reports now that the bank has denied that, although they did tell us earlier today that they can't confirm or deny the story. The Civil Aviation Minister, meanwhile, has strongly denied that the government is going out of its way to help the airline, but he did say that it's up to the bank to decide what it wants to do. But the question is, should Kingfisher get help, even if it's indirectly from the government, or should it be left to the airline itself to clean up its own mess? It's a very interesting issue. Joining us on that tonight is Kapil Kaul, who's a resident aviation expert and knows the sector well. We also have Captain Mohan Ranganathan, who joins us from Chennai today. Captain Ranganathan, let me ask you, it's an interesting debate because, yes, this is a private airline that has clearly mismanaged its funds and its management over the years. But the airline sector is an important sector in this country. Is this an opportunity for the government to do something for the airline sector as a whole?
You see, it is an opportunity for the government to improve the segment. But what has been the problem was we were trying to grow too fast. You know, they were only talking of numbers all the time. You know, they want to show that we have so many airlines, we have such high percentage growth. But not one of them realized that if you have overcapacity and you charge less than the basic cost, the numbers are not going to give you the profits. And the whole mess is created because they created far too many players in this country. And we had no regulations, no clear-cut policy. And that is why we have this mess. The indication was there in 2008, you know, after the financial crisis worldwide. But they didn't wake up. They still played around, played with numbers, inflated the numbers. And that is why all of them are in a mess.
What do you think should be done for Kingfisher? Do you think the government should help, even if it's by putting pressure on public sector banks? Okay, even if the State Bank of India was to bail out Kingfisher, what do you think? Is that a good idea?
Not at all. Like what Rahul Bajaj said, he is a private company. If he can't run it properly, let it fold up. There are other, after all the airlines are flying with 70 to 75% capacity. They still have 25% left. So let the other players who are making profits or whose losses are not so heavy, let them pick up the other passengers.
So you feel a bailout?
I don't think the government should pump in money.
Okay, Kapil, what do you think? Because, you know, Vijay Mallya is worth some 23,000 crores, according to one estimate. He launched this airline with great fanfare. It's nearly crashed today. Here he's accused of very serious offences of tax evasion. You know, deducting tax from his employees, not paying it to the government. That's a serious offence. Then all these flights get cancelled. And initially Kingfisher actually goes and tells passengers it's because of bird hits before they came out with the truth. Now, what should happen here? Should Kingfisher clean up its own mess at the end of the day?
First of all, Nidhi, there are a couple of things which Kingfisher must ensure that when there is crisis, there needs to be leadership. I couldn't see that leadership. So when you are talking about cancelling flights at the last moment, whatever your reasons may be, you need to ensure that the airline demonstrates leadership. So when you have stranded passengers and you give whatever excuses you give, it is inexcusable. So for me, that was the first fundamental flaw. And I hope that in the coming weeks, there is a more stronger leadership, because whatever you saw on television, where passengers at the very last moment, if they have cancellations, it affects their credibility, affects the system, and I don't think that's good for anyone. But overall, I think if you must look at what Kingfisher's story is all about, and it's a very complex one, to discuss it in a couple of minutes would not be fair. Their situation deteriorated since 2008 when the fuel prices, what Captain Ranganathan was saying, fuel touched $150 a barrel and the recession happened and you know, funding ceased. They were in the crucial sort of a play for expansion during the time. With the result from 2008, they haven't been able to recover. Whilst they had restructured their cost base, they rationalized capacity, deferred expansion.
But then what should happen
became
now?
About a better cost
I need to come
base.
to now. How do you need to? Does the government need to step in and save Kingfisher?
I don't think the government can. I don't think the government can, and I think government should support. But bailout is a very different thing. Supporting is a different
Support
thing.
meaning by leaning on banks?
No, I would not think so. I think the banks are stakeholders in that company. And they have to close it to 24% stake. They have given them $1 billion debt, which is in the books of Kingfisher. So I don't think the banks, the government can support. Government can support by creating an enabling environment, which I think this minister has done it commendably in the short time. But what Kingfisher has to do is bring in money. I don't think the banks are going to give him any further assistance unless and until there is equity from the company.
There's a lot of controversy today, Renuka Chaudhary, that if there is pressure being put on public sector banks, that it's an indirect way of the government trying to help out this sinking airline, that it's not the right thing to do. Why is there this soft corner for Kingfisher is what many editorials have asked today.
No, well, that's quite amazing how that perception has come about, because it is not about Kingfisher. If at all the government addresses an issue, it is the entire thing of civil aviation. And for us, the concern is that the connectivity in the country as well as the benefits to the customer. It was a matter of great pride for me as a public representative that there were low-cost airlines where my farmer could fly. And in today's time and times, flying is not a great luxury item, but time is money. So when you say time is money, then you have to compute what happens. And if you can facilitate a citizen, imagine someone with cancer in Northeast who has to reach Tata Memorial. I mean, these are our concerns. We have to facilitate to see how does tourism come in, how does connectivity rise, how do we create employment generation.
But does that mean saving a private airline?
No, we've never said that. We've never said that we have to come and bail out Kingfisher or we are leaning on banks or any of that. We are saying we will address issues which impact civil aviation. It just happens that this is the period of time where Kingfisher is in the news. And also don't forget the 10 airlines also closed down.
Yes, we are looking at a fundamental point which we missed is that Kingfisher requires about $600 million to $800 million of capital. The banks would only step in provided he shows commitment, and that commitment is by bringing in almost $300–400 million of equity. And I'll make it very certain that if he doesn't bring in money, there's no game, there's no business case. So the banks would step in only after he brings in $300–400 million of equity. And I must say one more thing before you move on to the other speaker, is that the banks have $1 billion already given. They hold 24% stake. Yeah. UB Group has 9,000 crores of guarantees to the banks, and they've already invested over $800 million. So it's a big game. Stake is good, serious for both of them. But there cannot be any assistance from the banks till Kingfisher promoters brings in serious capital.
Chandan Mitra, what do you think? How do you look at how the government has handled this crisis?
Look, there are three things. One, I think that there is no justification for pumping public money into saving a private investment. And the option of nationalizing, which used to be an option 25 years ago, does not exist. Now, Kabir Khan has said the very correct thing, that this money has to be brought in by Kingfisher. Now, if the banks are satisfied that on the basis of the assets, these so many aircraft, and that Mr. Malia is going to bring in the money because now 49% FDI has been allowed. And one more thing, the enabling environment he was talking about, I'm told that today the notification for directly importing ATF has been issued.
That's right.
So the government is trying to create an enabling environment, and in which if Kingfisher survives, well and good, but if after all this Kingfisher does not survive, the government certainly, public money cannot be pumped into the airline.
Okay,
I hope, because there are so many jobs involved, so much connectivity involved, I do hope that they come out of this crisis, because we don't want to see some 10–15,000 people unemployed. That will be very unfortunate.
Okay, let me just take some comments from the audience. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so actually I have a question with you. So can you tell us why this Kingfisher is not doing well as compared to Indigo, Spice? Is there any analysis you have done?
Is it a mixture of government created problems with the high fuel costs as well as bad management? What is it? A mixture of
both? Indigo runs it on the same cost.
One side of the coin is that there is no sort of an enabling environment. Government is trying to attempt to make that enabling environment, whether it's policy, regulatory framework, whether it's physical regime, competition issues. We don't have the enabling framework, and the government is trying that. So that's one part of the problem. Second part of the problem is, which Kingfisher cannot deny, is that there are issues with respect to their business model. There are issues with respect to how they have run the company. They've had frequent changes in their strategy since they've started. So it cannot be just that it's a one-side game, blame game. Kingfisher also has to be responsible for how they've run. But I must tell you, 2008, they did post-2008, they did everything to basically make sure that the business case from a cost perspective is more competitive. But there have been series of strategic mistakes that have been made and which are also contributing to the present state.
But Captain
having said that,
yeah.
there is a government enabling environment which was never provided. We still don't have a policy. Our regulatory framework is not aligned to the needs of the industry. Our fiscal framework,
this is probably an
fiscal
opportunity
framework
to
is very
change the entire
negative.
sector.
I must tell you, the Brent is today at $120 a barrel.
Yeah.
And there are possibilities that because of the Euro debt crisis and the weak manufacturing data that has come from China, that will go up. And we are paying taxes on the spot prices. So we have a negative fiscal regime.
Captain Ranganathan, if a public sector bank like State
well.
Bank of India does pump in money to Kingfisher, let's say it does do that, do you think that that is something, is that okay? Is that justified according to you? Do you think that public sector banks should be getting into this?
Looks like they've not learnt a lesson. You know, last year or year before, they twisted the arms of 2 South Indian banks to pump in money into Paramount. And that was a 450 or 500 crore non-performing asset. That went down the drain. If the public sector banks haven't learned from that and they want to push another 2,000 crores of public money into the drain, then God help them.
So you're still suspicious that they're being pressurized to do this? Because Kapil says that they wouldn't dare do that in today's environment.
Well, yesterday or day before, Union Minister Veerappa Moily said that we have to help Kingfisher. I mean, they don't even know what aviation is all about. To start with, I'd like to correct Renuka Chaudhary. You know, it's a misconception that we call it a low cost, except for the biscuits and tea that they serve. Otherwise, in India, it's the same thing. The cost of leasing, the cost of fuel, the cost of imports, the bribes you pay to every department to get your license and run the airline, it's all the same. Low cost in Europe and US is a different concept. So it's a misnomer to call it a low cost. And the other thing is we don't have the infrastructure in India. Majority of the airports are not ready for big jets, but they are running them because they want to have the connectivity, as they call it. And that is the biggest mistake. They are compromising on safety on that, and everyone wants to show that I have the load factor. No one's thinking of yield.
Right.
It's actually very bad policy,
Renuka,
both by the government and the airline.
Right. Last 30
seconds. I
yeah.
just want to ask the gentleman and Mr. Kapil who are sitting here, with all the enabling environment that international communities have given in their countries, are you trying to tell me that no airline there has closed down?
Oh, absolutely.
We are well aware that today internationally, aviation sector has faced, you had some premium airlines which folded up abroad despite all the facilitation that they were given, despite international airports which could handle many gazillion jets. So we are in a very nascent stage in India at this point in time when we see airlines tumbling. What we are doing as government is to come out and say we need to set the aviation sector right. It is not about Kingfisher or Paramount or Timbuktu. We can't be bothered. We are concerned about how do we facilitate, because my concern is my citizen, who I need to ensure that they have the access, the availability, the affordability and the accessibility of flying across the country and the connectivity.
I'm completely out of time on this, but I think we'll be watching this Kingfisher story very closely. It's not over yet. In fact, it's probably just beginning. Will Vijay Mallya be able to save his airline? Thank you very much to the panel for joining us tonight and to the audience. We'll see you tomorrow.
The NDTV News app had redefined the entire genre. Now, another market beater. It's already hit #1.
NDTV Profit, India's #1 finance app. Download free at ndtvprofit.com/apps. Live stream of NDTV Profit, market news and your easy-to-manage portfolio. Download now, ndtvprofit.com/apps.